Those of you who are scholars of English, who enjoy reading, and most of us who look at the use of language as it's developed over the years, will know that there are certain words that have almost changed by any stretch of the imagination. And one of those, if you think back to your primary school years, when you were a pupil in whatever age and stage, you could probably hear someone of a certain vintage saying, "You children are driving me demented." It's a feeling that perhaps some of you will be sharing right now in these difficult, troubled times. But we have to be very careful about the use of language, do we not? Because demented has taken on such a different meaning thanks to modern science and the discovery of mental health illness in a much more intelligible and experiential way. For my own part, my own elder brother, John, who died in 2012 from the early onset of vascular dementia, a really shocking experience for us all, and somehow we managed to come through, not least helped by his wonderful children, and even right up to the very end, when his children were with him, they could see the love in his eyes. Wonderful. Sally Magnuson has helped tremendously with that great book of hers, When Memories Go, when she spoke about her mother and how she coped with dementia, and how it was music, how her mother could sing long ago of memories that were treasured and were in her heart, and how she resonated with the thought of these happy tunes. A wonderful book, Where Memories Go, by Sally Magnuson. And then there's the incomparable Audrey White of Inverness, of Hilton Parish Church up there, where Audrey has pulled together a choir for dementia sufferers, a dementia choir, and they have such fun and such a renewed experience, as it were, through these wonderful afternoon teas and evenings which Audrey pulls together. Some of you may be Radio 4 listeners, and if so, you'll likely have heard on Paddy O'Connell's broadcasting house on Sunday morning the incredible story of Paul Harvey, who was encouraged by his son Nick. Paul Harvey, a veteran 80-year-old music teacher whose pupils have gone on to do amazing things, now discovered through this particular cameo story. But Nick, who's also a musician, gave his father, suffering from dementia, 4 notes: F natural, A, D, and B natural, and asked him to compose a tune. Well, he has. And it's entitled 4 Notes, Paul's Tune. It's absolutely beautiful, so beautiful that Paddy O'Connell and others persuaded the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra virtually to accompany him, and there will be a release on the 1st of November, Sunday the 1st of November, of Paul's Tune. 4 Notes, Paul's Tune. I find it all very moving. And as 4 Notes, Paul's Tune came together, I thought of you all. I thought of you all in your various schools and educational and pastoral responsibilities, that you're like 4 notes coming together. You find 4 children, you find 4 parents who are struggling, you find 4 members of staff, or a melange, a mixture of all 4, and somehow you pull them together, and you give them faith, and you give them hope, and you give them love, you give them strength at a time when they need it most. It's incomparable work, because then we add to that the Columban community of your friends and colleagues within education and in other areas. And we have an orchestra, do we not? An orchestra that can resonate and find the best in people, a resonance that digs deep within people's souls, so that we're reminded of the words of Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl, who, another Holocaust survivor, who thought that really all those who came through were those who had purpose, those who had meaning. They had someone out there to live for. And he wrote famously that life never ceases to have meaning. Life never ceases to have meaning. Even suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. Life never ceases to have meaning. Even suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a a meaning. Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning. At this time of remembrance, when we look back to remember those who have given their lives for us in various conflicts, and remembrance now goes to NHS workers, NHS and care workers, and people who are out there doing incredible things so that we can all somehow come through this unprecedented, as yet uncertain time. So at this time of remembrance, let's include them. And maybe the best we can do in response to that remembrance is to continue to gather 4 random, however random people, 4 notes, Paul's tune. 4 people, 4 students, 4 pupils, 4 parents, 4 members of staff, 4 members of the local authority, and to encourage them and to create such an orchestra of faith and hope and love. So in the words of Bruce Springsteen, may your strength continue to give us strength. May your faith continue to give us faith. May your hope continue to give us hope. And may your love continue to give us love. And now it's over to YouTube, if you will, to 4 notes, Paul's tune. Prepare to listen and be encouraged and be as inspired as the very thought of you out there in all that you're doing and giving and being continues to inspire me and all your Columban tutors and all your friends and all your families. We're very proud of you and we want to thank you. So here is to further encourage you, to further inspire you, 4 notes, Paul's tune.
I'll give you some random notes. All right. Okay. And see what you can do with them. F natural, A, D, B natural. Those are your 4 notes. Do, 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 do.